So we've rubbed this summer, we've marinated this summer. Let's play with the big boys and let's start brining. So what's the difference between brining and marinating and rubbing? There's a lot, and I'll break it down for you. First off, brining is similar to marinade in terms of you are putting your pork into a liquid. Now with marinating, you've got something acidic, you've got something sweet, you've got your spices in there as well, and you've got your liquid, your oil. With brining, you're basically submerging your pork into a salt water bath, and it's going to come out so beautiful, so succulent, so moist, so incredibly juicy and tasty. Now where does brining come from? Well, it's really cool to do, but you know that they did this to preserve meat before there was actually refrigerators. This was one way of preserving meat. So now we're going to get into your beer brine. Doesn't that sound good? Run down what we need for it. We need some water, we need some dark ale. Dark ale is a little heavier, it's going to give you more of a full flavor. We've got some minced garlic, some brown sugar, some pepper, some coarse salt, and some maple syrup. Here's the thing with brining. You're taking about 1 tablespoon of table salt to a cup of water. Maybe you don't have table salt, maybe you use coarse salt. So a little bit more, say 1.5 tablespoons of coarse salt to a cup of water. We'll add it in, we'll mix it up, make sure everything's dissolved very nicely, and then we're going to proceed with our brining. Okay, let's put together your brine, your beer brine. So your dark ale goes in. We'll start with the liquids first. Oh, summer fun, summer fun. Here's your water. That smells super good already. Minced garlic, we'll do brown sugar first. Your pepper goes in. Salt and minced garlic. I love it. And then the syrup. So pancake syrup, maple syrup, whatever you have, let's do 2 tablespoons of it. The sweetness is gonna permeate through the ribs, and then we start to make sure that it's well dissolved. Now you want to put it into a Ziploc freezer bag, and then you want to have it marinate for anywhere from 8 to 12 to even 24 hours if you'd like. And what can you brine? Anything you want. We're doing chops today. You can do tenderloin, you can do nice big pieces of meat if you want to roast. This is all ready to go. We'll put the ribs in first. So remember, this was a way of preserving food before there was actually fridges. And you're going to cover it, and you're going to let the meat sit in the brine, and you want the meat submerged in the liquid. So it all goes in. Make sure there's no air left. And then something flat works really well because you want to lay it down and sort it out as much as possible. And then you can see that even the tops of this is covered in the brine. And this is so then you don't have to be flipping and flipping and flipping all the time. You just let it sit in the fridge and let it sit there for as long as you want it to sit. So there, it's completely covered. And again, anywhere from 8 to 12 to even 24 hours, depending on what you're making and how much you want the brine to permeate through the meat. And then you're done. You're gonna beer brine right away. This is it, right here. So for this brining recipe, and all other sorts of tips to make your summer fantastic, go to manitobapork.com.